4 years ago, when I was 19, I went to my aunt's place for our annual family barbecue. It was meant to be a joyful gathering, a tradition we cherished every summer, and I was genuinely excited to reconnect with cousins I hadn't seen in a while. My cousin Tara, who was 15 at the time, and I used to be close as kids, but we'd drifted apart as we grew older, which is natural, I suppose. During the barbecue, I needed to use the restroom. The upstairs bathroom was the only one available, and its lock had been faulty for years, something everyone in the family knew. I knocked, heard no response, and assumed it was unoccupied, so I opened the door. Tara was in the shower. I quickly shut the door and apologized through it, feeling awkward but thinking it wasn't a big deal since accidents happen. I went back downstairs, helped my uncle with the barbecue, and everything seemed fine. Tara joined us about 20 minutes later, appearing normal, and we all ate and chatted. I didn't dwell on the incident. It lasted maybe 2 seconds, and I'd apologized immediately. The next day, my mom called, sobbing, asking what I'd done to Tara. Confused, I asked what she meant, and she said Tara told my aunt I'd deliberately walked in on her, stared inappropriately, and possibly did worse. I was stunned, feeling like the ground was slipping beneath me. I explained it was an accident. I knocked, heard nothing, and closed the door right away. But my mom was distraught, saying Tara was traumatized and the family was buzzing about it. I felt nauseous. This was absurd, a complete distortion of what happened. My dad got on the phone, furious, accusing me of harming a minor. I tried to explain, but he wouldn't listen, telling me I was no longer welcome at their home and they were ashamed of me. I hung up, reeling from the betrayal. Over the next few weeks, things spiraled. Tara spread her story to more family members, embellishing it with false details. My parents cut contact, my aunt and uncle banned me from their house, and most relatives stopped inviting me to events, all believing Tara. I reached out desperate to share my side, but no one cared. They insisted Tara had no reason to lie and urged me to own up to my actions. I was shouting into a void, insisting it was an accident. But it was like I was in a twisted reality where truth didn't matter. My parents changed their locks, and my mom texted that I wasn't welcome until I admitted my wrongdoing and sought help. My dad ignored my calls entirely. At 19, I was suddenly without a family, isolated and heartbroken. I had to pause college because my parents stopped helping with tuition, and I couldn't afford it alone. I moved in with a friend, got a job, and barely scraped by. Emotionally, I was shattered, constantly questioning if I'd somehow messed up or if something about me made Tara uncomfortable, even though I knew it was an innocent mistake. When everyone you love turns against you, it makes you doubt your own reality. Therapy helped me see I wasn't crazy and that this was unjust. But the pain lingered, and my family remained gone. I had to accept that the people who should have loved me unconditionally chose a lie over me, their son and nephew. 4 years later, I've rebuilt my life. I finished college through night classes and loans, landed a solid job, and found a wonderful girlfriend who knows my story and supports me. I've stayed in therapy to heal from the trauma of being falsely accused and abandoned. Then, out of the blue last week, my mom called, crying, saying Tara admitted she fabricated everything and wants to make amends. I dropped my phone, overwhelmed. Apparently, Tara, now in therapy, confessed to her counselor that she lied for attention during a tough time. My mom begged me to come home, saying the family regretted doubting me and wanted to reconcile. They proposed a family meeting where Tara would apologize, and my parents offered to help with my loans and make up for lost time. I felt numb. Where were they when I was pleading my innocence 4 years ago? I told my mom I needed time and haven't responded since. She's been texting daily, urging me to return, saying the family isn't whole without me. My dad, for the first time in 4 years, texted an apology and said he loves me. But I keep reliving the nights I cried alone, the times I had to explain my family's absence to new friends, and the milestones I faced without them. I don't know if I can just forgive and move on like they expect. My girlfriend suggests hearing them out but supports whatever I choose, which I appreciate. I'm torn. Part of me misses my family, but another part knows they revealed their true selves by abandoning me without hearing my side. I'm wondering if anyone's faced something similar and how you rebuild ties with people who discarded you over a lie. Is it worth trying? Or should I stick with the life I've built without them? I'm scared of letting them back in, only to be hurt again if another misunderstanding arises. Update 1. I'm overwhelmed by the responses to my post. Thank you for the perspectives. Many of you suggest taking my time, which resonates because I've managed without them for 4 years, so there's no rush to decide. My mom's daily texts make it feel urgent, but it's not. Some asked about Tara's apology, and I realized I haven't heard from her directly, which is odd if she's truly remorseful. It's just been my parents and aunt relaying her apology. I told my mom I want Tara to contact me herself if she's serious. My mom said Tara's still in therapy and isn't ready to talk yet. I replied that if she can't face me, she's not ready for me to rejoin the family. That seemed to surprise my mom, who said Tara's just scared. I pointed out I was terrified at 19 when my family turned on me, but no one cared then, so why should I prioritize Tara's feelings now? My mom went silent. I asked why they didn't believe me 4 years ago or hear my side. She admitted they found Tara so convincing and traumatized that they felt compelled to protect her. I asked if they ever considered I was telling the truth, and she confessed they didn't. That stung, confirming they valued a 15-year-old's word over mine without question, showing how little they trusted my character. My mom insists they've changed and want to fix things, but I told her I've changed too. The son they abandoned doesn't exist anymore. They can't just resume where we left off. What frustrates me is their expectation that I should be grateful for their willingness to take me back, as if they're doing me a favor. They should be pleading for my forgiveness, not assuming I'll grant it. I'm considering what kind of relationship, if any, is possible. But the trust is shattered, and too much time has passed. I worry Tara could lie again, and my parents, who disowned me once, might do it again. I'm not rushing this and may ask Tara to write a letter detailing why she lied and how she'll ensure it never happens again before I consider meeting them. Update 2. Things got more complicated. Tara called me 2 days ago and the conversation was infuriating, revealing details my parents omitted. She was sobbing, apologizing, and admitting her lie. But her explanation floored me. Apparently her parents were in a messy divorce and her dad was cheating. Tara, knowing this secret, was furious at the adults' deceit and wanted them to hurt like she was. She thought accusing me would unite the family in protecting her, making her feel cared for. I was livid. My life was upended because she was upset about her parents' divorce? I asked if she realized she cost me 4 years of family, college, and emotional stability. She cried harder, saying she didn't expect it to escalate and thought it would blow over. I told her I lost everything: family, education, trust, because of her lie. Then she revealed that a few months in, when she saw how seriously everyone took it and how I was cut off, she wanted to retract her story. But my aunt told her changing it would make people think she was lying to protect me, so she should stay quiet and let it fade. So my aunt knew Tara might be lying and chose to let me remain ostracized rather than face the truth. I asked Tara if my parents knew and she wasn't sure. I'm starting to question everyone's honesty in this family. Tara kept talking about her guilt and therapy, but I wanted to scream that her guilt was her choice, while I was forced to endure shame and isolation. I told her forgiveness isn't something she can demand. It's about my needs, not her relief. I called my mom, asking if she knew about my aunt's role. She got quiet, saying my aunt mentioned not wanting to confuse Tara by pushing her to change her story, but they didn't discuss it further. I think she's hiding something. I asked why no one verified Tara's claims. My mom said they didn't want to re-traumatize her. I countered, what about protecting me from having my life ruined? She cried, repeating they want me back, but I said the son who trusted them is gone. They didn't know me if they believed I was capable of such a thing. My girlfriend thinks I should demand a family meeting where everyone owns their actions and their impact on me before I consider reconnecting. I agree. I'm tired of them treating this like a minor hiccup. I also want to confront my aunt about what she knew and when, because if she encouraged Tara's lie, she's as culpable as Tara. Update 3. The family meeting happened and it was a disaster, confirming my suspicions about these people. It gave me the clarity to decide my path. Held at my aunt's house, ironic, given that's where this began. It included my parents, my aunt, my uncle, divorced from my aunt but there for this, and Tara. Everyone looked somber, like they were at a funeral, which felt fitting since this meeting buried any hope of reconciliation. I started by asking each person to admit their wrongs and explain how they'd prevent this in the future. My mom apologized for not believing me and cutting me off, saying she should have listened. I asked why she didn't, and she repeated that Tara seemed so convincing and they wanted to protect her. I said, so you prioritized her feelings over my life? She had no response. My dad apologized for shutting me out, saying he acted out of fear and anger. I asked what he feared, and he admitted he thought I might be dangerous. I asked if he truly believed his son could assault a child. He nodded, looking ashamed, and that cut deeper than anything. My aunt's turn was where it got heated. I asked about her telling Tara to keep lying. She got defensive, denying it, and claiming she was protecting her daughter. I pressed. Did she know Tara might be lying and let me stay exiled? She yelled that I was twisting her words and was just being a good mother. I shouted back that she protected her daughter by ruining my life and kept the lie going even when Tara wanted to confess. Tara confirmed she told my aunt she wanted to retract her story, but my aunt said changing it would make people doubt her, so she should let it fade. My aunt claimed Tara misremembered, but Tara insisted she didn't. My uncle tried to mediate, saying we all made mistakes and should move forward. I said this wasn't about mistakes, but deliberate choices that destroyed my life, not fixable with apologies. I asked Tara what she was doing to ensure she'd never lie like this again. She mentioned therapy and coping skills, but I asked how I could trust she wouldn't ruin another life for attention. She said she wouldn't, but I couldn't believe her after what she'd done. The meeting turned chaotic, with everyone talking over each other, making excuses, and minimizing their actions. My mom insisted families forgive and move on, but I said I'd already moved on by building a life without them. My dad asked what it would take to rebuild. I said a time machine to undo their abandonment. Since that's impossible, nothing can fix it. Tara asked how she could make amends. I told her to live with her choices' consequences like I did, and to think before destroying someone else's life. My aunt called me cruel for not forgiving. I said it was rich coming from someone who was cruel to an innocent person for 4 years and helped conceal her daughter's lie. I left, and I've ignored their calls and texts since. I feel lighter, with closure, knowing I'm right to protect the life I've built without people who'd abandon me so easily.